President Bolsonaro tests positive again after undergoing a new COVID-19 test.
Here's a summary of the article.
Brazil President Jair Bolsonaro announced Wednesday that he still has the coronavirus, after undergoing a new test the day before. "I'm fine, thank God. Yesterday morning, I took the test, and in the evening the result was that I am still positive for the coronavirus," the far-right leader said in a Facebook Live broadcast from the gardens of his official residence in Brasilia. Bolsonaro said he is not experiencing symptoms and that his use of the anti-malarial drug hydroxychloroquine, which he said he has been taking since he was diagnosed last week, is working. The presidential press office said in a brief statement that Bolsonaro, who at 65 is in a high-risk group, will remain in quarantine at the official Alvorada Palace residence, where he will continue to work by video conference. The far-right president, who has caused huge controversy in Brazil for repeatedly flouting lockdown measures in place to curb the spread of the virus, first tested positive a week ago. Since his diagnosis on July 7, Bolsonaro has been confined to the presidential palace alongside other people who have already contracted the virus. As well as taking part in video calls, Bolsonaro has been seen feeding rheas, a bird species native to South America that is related to the ostrich and emu, in the gardens of the official residence.
This post received a score of 50,000, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
"He is going to be unbearable once he recovers."
He's going to go with, "I survived it, if you can't it means you are weak, or something just as shitty."
If you get it, you're probably homosexual.
Maybe you all are homosexuals too.
Let's hear it for my music guy, Scoey.
You suck, McBain.
Of course he still has it. Didn't he have his first positive test like a week or two ago? This thing stays in people for a while. Is he testing himself every couple of days and hoping for a false negative or something so he can infect people?
He claims he's been asymptomatic since July 6 and tested positive July 7. It was a scheduled test that he was confident would come back negative. It didn't. Turns out science is kinda stubborn that way sometimes. Face with mask.
I work on an internal COVID team in a hospital and help arrange scheduled testing for positive employees to be able to return to work with high-risk patients. Asymptomatic people can return positive. I've seen up to 2 months after their original positive. I've had a few people flip-flop between positive and negative before finally getting 2 consecutive negatives. It's weird. I highly agree with this. I work at an urgent care and the providers are always telling the patients that they'll probably come up positive weeks after they're better.
Doesn't that necessarily mean they're potentially shedding virus for up to that long afterwards, or am I misunderstanding this?
Most likely they're just shedding viral debris after a few weeks as opposed to infectious virus.
Anyone else think he lied about having coronavirus to begin with, and he lied about taking chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine to dispel recent criticisms, and now he's lying about testing positive again to cast doubt on Brazil's high infection numbers?
That's the thing. With the way these guys are, I won't think they're serious about having it unless they actually drop dead. If Boris Johnson wasn't in the hospital but just claimed to have it, I'd have assumed he would have been lying.
Boris uploaded a video of himself after almost recovering completely and dude still looked like death rolled over twice. I believe he had it. If any leader just says they have it, I'm not going to believe them without real proof.
This virus is brutal on older people. Even if you survive, there can be long-term health effects and a long road to normal. It's one of the reasons I hate when people say it only has a whatever % mortality rate.
I absolutely hate when people claim the death rate is really low. It's all fine, open up everything. You may not die from it, but you'll feel really close to death. And we have no idea the long-term effects of COVID patients. Will they develop asthma as they age? Lung cancer? A wheeze or shortness of breath as they age? Blood clots? Effects on the nervous system? Plus, when someone is sick and has to quarantine and stay home, they're missing work, which they're probably not being paid, which puts their household in financial hardship and the economy is affected.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.